we're doing this game is bringing a new competitive experience to console players. So it's XBLA and PSN, console only. It's a MOBA genre. If you're not familiar, it's multiplayer online battle arena, the genre of League of Legends or Dota. And we're doing this in the universe of Middle-earth. So we've got Sauron and Gandalf and characters that you'll be familiar with from the films, but also digging deeper into the lore and finding some characters that are less well known that we can flesh out, make into fun characters to play. So we're going to walk through the high-level overview of the structure of the game, the genre, the basic controls and strategies, and then we'll jump back and look at customization and loadout options and the game modes, and then you guys can jump in and play a little bit. So 5-on-5 team battles. Each team starts in their bases and opposite ends of the symmetrical battlefield. There's 3 major lanes on this map, top, middle, and bottom, with these powerful towers that defend each lane. He's upgrading these towers as he walks out here at the moment, but you don't want to go near them unless you've got these soldiers going in front of you. The soldiers are AI controlled. They're going to meet in the middle and just create a battlefront, and your job is to sort of push the tide of that battle into the enemy territory and help them push the towers, destroy the towers, ultimately destroy the enemy fortress. So the moment to moment, as you can see, I'm going to start to play here. Left stick is move, and you basically aim where you're moving. Right trigger is your default attack. The base buttons are your unique abilities. You can see those down in the bottom corner here. So you can see when they're on cooldown and when they're available. Just use one and one on the cooldown. Those are going to be custom to each character. So a big part of the game here is getting familiar with your character, with exactly what their abilities do, and how you chain them together and create cool combos out of them, and how you collaborate with your teammate in the lane here. Sauron's got Gollum with him there. And so you want to find a laning partner that is complementary with their skill set, their abilities. But now he's kind of heading up to the top lane here to see if he can sneak up on these guys who are clearly waiting for him and casting stuff as he came. Now the broader strategic teamwork here is really important, just as important as getting good at the extra sort of moment-to-moment controls. You can keep an eye on the map and see where everyone is at all times. Make judgments about when you should go up and help your teammate up top. That can be the difference between your team winning and losing. At the same time, the enemy team, if you leave your lane and they call out that you left your lane and you're heading top, that can save their teammates and they can be ready for you like they were here. And that'll really be the difference for them. So that kind of broad strategic thinking and teamwork is critical as well. So let's jump back to the main menu and look at the loadout options. So when we launch, we're going to have 20+ different Guardians to pick from. They're bucketed into these 5 classes. They're all unique, but to give you a general sense of how they play, we've got them organized like this, so you know who's going to be generally tanky and absorb a lot of damage, who's going to be low health but deal out a lot of damage, that kind of thing. We also have the Tactician class, which is a new class we're introducing that is all about lane control, laying down traps in the lane so people have to navigate around them. Now every character has 3 different categories they can customize to load out their characters. We've got potions, which is exactly what you'd expect from a potion. That's a one-time use consumable. You pop it and get a little health or speed or attack, any of the core stats. There's the commands, which are special abilities that are not unique to each character. Any character can take them, but they're additional abilities that will do really powerful things, like summon a Balrog out of the ground to do crazy area damage for 8 seconds, and then go on cooldown for 8 minutes. So it's going to turn the tide of one fight, but you can only use it once or twice in a match, depending on the game. And then the Relic Belt is the most nuanced place where you're going to really directly modify your stats. That's where you really push the guy to play one way or another. If you're going for a tanky character, you've got all kinds of choices even within that, of max health, or physical resistance, or ability resistance, those kinds of things. Also, there's hundreds of items in here to play with, and everyone has unique passives that will add additional sort of passive abilities to your guys. So you need to experiment a lot to find which things are going to really complement his ability set and how you like to play it. So let's go back to the game modes. Alright, we've got Battlegrounds, which is 5-on-5 online matchmaking. You're going to get into a match within a couple minutes, guaranteed, because if you don't find enough players to fill it, we'll go ahead and fill the rest of the slots with bots and start a match. 20-minute time limit on these matches, so you know you're in and out in 20 minutes. So there's a scoring system for this mode. Now, Elite Battlegrounds is where you go if you want to have a little bit more traditional hardcore MOBA experience, where you're guaranteed to have all real players in the match, and there's no time limit. One team has to destroy the other team's basically. And then Skirmish mode is matchmaking to fill out your team, but you're always going to play against 5 AI bots. So this is co-op versus AI, a little lower pressure place to go experiment with your loadouts, experiment with new Guardians to learn their abilities and figure out how to play them. So less competitive co-op. Your custom matches just do whatever you want. It's by yourself against 9 bots, one-on-one with a friend, any combination of bots and friends you want. And then of course we have training and tutorials, but you guys won't get a chance to jump into those. We'll stand over your shoulder and teach you, but they're really critical for us once it goes out in the wild, because this is such a new experience for console players. We've got to really teach them everything from scratch, how the game works, how the controls work, how the strategies work, without a legacy of dozens of games in the genre to build from. So let's jump in and play a couple rounds. The first round you can get familiar with the controls and your abilities on your character, and then we'll try and do a second round once you're a little more familiar, and hopefully you can compete a little harder. Alright.